Okay, so for Neil Young and Crazy Horse, I have to use the music on YouTube. Like I can't use Spotify, it's not on there. So I always pull it up, load it up, try to get past the ad, and then that way we can just, as soon as I press play, we jump straight into the music. I don't know for sure, and I don't know for certain. There may be some research out there, and I don't mean to dive into conspiracy, but you know how there's like a 5-second ad and you can watch it, tick down? I'm pretty sure that last second, I think it lasts just a little bit longer than a second. I'm not saying like yes, yes, but I want to say not no, no. So let's go ahead and move on into the next track, the second to last track on Rust Never Sleeps with, I lost the title. Sedan Delivery. Sedan Delivery. I don't know if this is going to be about a car being delivered. I mean, that's at least what the title says. So let's go ahead and let it ride, and let's hop on in with them. Let's go.
And she
That is some mean guitar. That is some mean guitar. This is basically a song musically of two distinct parts. Obviously, the fast bum 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 bum, and then the bum, the halftime, which allows for a lot more emotion and, of course, atmosphere. What I think is interesting about the tone is, when was this album released? 1979. So there are many indie groups to this day, probably from then forward, and maybe even before, who knows. But there are many indie groups who would use that same kind of fuzzy tone, that same kind of atmosphere in the music. Like I said, especially in indie music, which, hey, it works. So I like that tone, and I like the way it sounds. It's just using that heavy distortion, but for more atmospheric purposes, which I think lends itself really well to that. It's like a fuzzy feeling you can kind of feel, like a sensation on your skin. I don't have a ton to say on this song, at least musically, because honestly, I didn't really like this song that much. I'm just being honest. Like, it was fine. That's, I guess, without, like, getting too in-depth into it, this was fine to me. I didn't necessarily like the singing in the verse. I really enjoyed the slow down parts, and I like, once again, that atmosphere that's built there because I like that kind of sound. But it was kind of... Honestly, I thought the song was kind of boring, if I'm just being honest. Let me just put that there. Let me just put that there. Now, lyrically, there may be something else to it, but musically, this didn't really shake my leaves. What does that even mean? So let's go ahead and talk about the lyrics. I don't know why I just thought of that. Last night, I was cool at the pool hall. Oh, before I actually get into the lyrics, one thing I did notice, and I think, is that as it shifts between those two sounds and those two tempos and everything, the verse sets you up with a story, a thought, an emotion, and then the chorus kind of takes, from what it seems like, an introspective look at what was set up in the verse before. So it's this really cool way of putting these two stories and like a type A, a cause and effect in the music, and we kind of switch to different areas as we go on. So, for example, the verse here in the beginning: last night I was cool at the pool hall, held the table for 11 games. Nothing was easier than the first 7. I beat a woman with varicose veins. In the chorus, when it slows down into that more atmospheric part, she stopped to see herself in the mirror, fix her hair and hide her veins, and she lost the game. So there's a change in perspective. First we're focused on him, now we move to her and her reaction. So that's a really cool cause and effect that's kind of going on in the lyrics here. Next day I went to the dentist, he pulled some teeth and I lost some blood. We'd like to thank you for the cards you sent us. My wife and I were all choked up. I guess actually that one doesn't have the second part. Let's move to the next one. I recall how Caesar and Cleo made love in the Milky Way. They needed boats and armies to get there. I know there's a better way. I saw the movie and I read the book, but when it happened to me, I sure was glad I had what it took to get away. So the question, if I'm right, is how does the chorus relate to him talking about Caesar and Cleo making love in the Milky Way, which I'm just imagining those are two constellations. Now, did Caesar and Cleopatra meet? I can't remember. I watched Rome on HBO. That's a really good show, by the way. Incredibly underrated, I think. Rome is a really good show. I think, did they? Or was it his general, Thomas Jane? I don't remember. Gotta get away, had to get away, had to get away. I'm making another delivery of chemicals and sacred roots. I'll hold what you have to give me, but I'll use what I have to use. The lasers are in the lab. The old man is dressed in white clothes. Everybody says he's mad. No one knows the things that he knows. During that particular part in the verse, you even have some kind of spacey laser sound effects that sounds like it's being played by guitar in that moment, which kind of adds that little bit of effect to the music as well, which I think is cool. No one knows, no one knows, no one knows. Is he comparing like a drug dealer to the man who makes the drugs? The man in the lab? A little Breaking Bad situation? I'm sleeping in every hallway, I just can't accept the stairs. I'm using too many covers, I'm warm now, so I don't care. I'm thinking of no one in my mind. Sedan delivery is a job I know I'll keep. It sure was hard to find, hard to find. Is he talking about just making deliveries in his sedan? Like Uber Eats? I know not, literally. But I think, because, I mean, the verse before was talking about like a drug dealer. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me see if there's anything. Actually, there is a Wikipedia page for this one. Let me see if there's something. I want to know what this is about. Sedan Delivery was offered to Lynyrd Skynyrd for them to possibly include on their Street Survivors album, but Lynyrd Skynyrd ultimately passed on all of them. Honestly, I don't really know anything about Lynyrd Skynyrd. I can't think of one song by them that I know. There probably is one. I just don't know. I don't know anything about the band. The version of Sedan Delivery on Rust Never Sleeps has a different arrangement to the original. It says Young stated that the new faster arrangement was inspired by Devo. It's interesting. Let's see. The lyrics go through a number of varying scenes, which Williamson describes as surreal. Greenwald interprets the lyrics as a stream of consciousness diatribe of the modern world and a young person's state of confusion. Rolling Stone interprets the song as being the opposite of Young's earlier song, Tonight's the Night, in that in Tonight's a Night, a working man is destroyed by drugs, while in Sedan Delivery, the narrator is a working man whose job is to distribute drugs. Okay. Okay, could be. I don't know. Actually, I'm looking through this, and all these different meanings and thoughts are from different, reviewers and editorials and such. So everyone has different thoughts on possibly what the song exactly means, but I mean, at the same time, no one's right and everyone's right, So, hey, let me know what you guys thought of the track. You can let me know in the comments down below. You can follow me on Twitter, support the channel on Patreon. Hope you enjoyed the music, and I'll see you later. Bye.